Well, good evening, my friends. Kevin the Comic Doctor coming to you with another pre-recorded live unboxing, live CGC unboxing. Guys, I have two pretty wicked boxes to share with you tonight. Again, guys, this is a part of my pre-recorded series. If you're here last week, it was a pre-recorded show. Well, this week's a pre-recorded show as well. Again, I've been kind of overwhelmed with the amount of boxes that have been coming back. By the time you see these books, they could already be back to their clients. That was the whole point. I didn't want to have books on hand for a very long period of time, and I can't do a 8-box or 10-box unboxing. It would take hours, and no one will watch. So anyways, guys, here we are. Here's my virtual show and tell. Guys, if you're new here, I'm Kevin the Comic Doctor. Like I said, this is a pre-recorded CGC unboxing. Today, 2 boxes to share with you. Let's get started, okay? So here are all the invoices here. What do we got first? Okay. I like when we start with 9/8, guys. Here we have a 9/8 copy of X Factor number 24. My overhead cam going for you in a 9.8. Then we have a 9.2 copy. I still got to check for slab damage. Number 75 and a 9.2. We've got another 9.2. It's an early X-Men, number 117 from 1979. We have an 8.5 copy of a newsstand X-Men 266. There. You know, we got an 8.85. You know what? We also have a 9.8. 9.8 copy X-Men 266. We've got a 9.6 copy, the first appearance of Mr. Sinister in X-Men 221. And then we have... All right, I think, and I'm not sure, but I got a feeling this is a book we did some resto removal on. X-Men 94 and a 6.0, because I see a lot of scratch. It could be wrong, but I think it is. Based on what I'm seeing, yeah, I believe this is a resto removal. It worked. Yeah, we do resto removal, guys. In fact, hey guys, if you don't know yet, we are offering conservation services right now. Head over to thecomicdoctor.com, www.thecomicdoctor.com, and under one of the drop downs menus, there's a tab for conservation. There's also a banner. You can just click on the banner as well, and it will take you to basically a list of the conservation services we're currently, offering, and the prices associated. Now I'm going to expand that page. There's no real description of what the conservation services are. So if you're privy to the information, you know what those services are already, then you're fine. But for those of you that are new to it, yeah, I'm going to put together a little facts section for that page as well too. So we are now offering conservation services. One of them is, of course, restoration removal. Anyways, let's keep going here. We also have a Hulk 340. Again, guys, the Hulk 340 is the ASM 361 that we used to see all the time 2 years ago. This is a book we see all the time now. This is a 9.0 copy right here. And my stack is high, so I'm going to shift over to just showing it to you straight up this way. But I'm gonna get rid of these guys first. So I find what happens is I get a little overwhelmed with tons of books. So let me go back to the main page here and tell you guys a little bit about some of my upcoming appearances. If you have books you want to submit to the Comic Doctor, now is a fantastic time to do it. Our turnaround times are still pretty darn good. We will usually get to your books within 1 to 2 months. Then we send them off to CGC, and we are still sending books to CGC on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. So books are constantly going to CGC and coming back from CGC. As you can see, week to week, I have boxes coming back because I have a lot of books there. So, yeah, if you need to have your books submitted to CGC, I'm certainly able to help you do that. If you want to come by my shop, again, you can always come to my shop on Saturdays between 11 and 2. Every Saturday I'm there. Or if the weekends are no good for you, you can always make an appointment to come and see me on a Tuesday or a Thursday by appointment between 11 and 1. If you come between 11 and 1, you're going to be meeting with Charlo and Napur. If you come after 1, from 1 to 3, you can meet with me. And again, for pre-screening large numbers of books, I do recommend coming in on Tuesday or Thursday because, yeah, it gets pretty hairy on Saturdays. If you've been to my shop, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So, and by the way, if coming to my shop is not an option, excuse me, not an option for you, as I lose my voice, you can always come and see me at one of the following two shows. I'll be at the Mississauga Comic Book Show on November 24th. And you can look that up, Mississauga Comic Book Show. Or you can come and see me on the Boxing Day show at the Toronto Comic Book Show. And that one's kind of cool because guess what? Free admission. Rob always was on a great shindig on the Boxing Day show. And so I'll be at both of those events should you wish to meet me in Toronto. Okay, let's keep going. We also have another Hulk. 340 and a 9.0. I'm going to do it this way, guys, because my stack gets too high and no time to change it. We have another X-Men 221 and a 9.6. For a second there, I thought I was repeating the books. We have a Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 132 in a 9.6 with one of those new hero labels, I believe. Or no, villain labels right there. We also have issue number 131 in a 9.4. Yeah, this is the best way to do it, just like this. All right, we have a Web of Spider-Man number 32. I think it's the entire Craven story there in a 9.6. And by the way, the slabs and the books are looking a lot better lately, so I think they've really cracked down on their quality control over at CGC. Here we have a 9.8 copy of Web of Spider-Man 31. And then we have a 9.6 copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 294. We've got Silver Surfer number 1 from 1968 in a 6.5 right there. And books in the vintage tier are taking a long time. Modern books are coming back at a good pace. The vintage books are taking a little longer than I actually like. I'm actually considering doing fast track on them, paying the extra money for fast track because I've got books in there since July. They're sitting there since July, and I don't dig that. I want to get your books back to you quickly. All right, let's keep going. We got more Spider-Man books. I mentioned ASM 361. Well, here's one right here, and in a 9.0 direct copy. That's the first appearance of Carnage. Oop, and then we have a 9.8 copy of ASM 362. And a 9.8 copy of, you gotta have a 363, right, to go with that set? Well, here it is. 9.8. Got a pretty big banger coming up now. We have a Batman Adventures 12. Gorgeous copy. 9.8. And I got a feel this is a CPR. I think it's a CPR, but follow me on Instagram. I'll be adding this on there if it is. 9.8. Excellent. All right, what else we have? Four or five more books from this order. Let me put some of these back down. Otherwise, my tower of slabs could actually collapse, and that would not be a good thing at all. Are any of you planning on going to the Toronto Comic Book Show on Boxing Day or the Mississauga show? Let me know in the comment section. I look forward to seeing you guys there. All right, we have an ASM 293 and a 9.0. We have a 9.4 copy of Amazing Spider-Man 299. Get those mixed up sometimes because they do look quite similar. And speaking of 298, it's right there. Custom label. We got a Secret Wars number 10 and a 9.4. And we also have a Secret Wars number 8 with the awesome custom label and a 9.4. Excellent. So that's box number 1. Box number 2, right, coming right up. Put these guys away. And that's about, I think, 3 or 4 different orders right there. I have the subforms. So actually, more than that. Here are the subforms for that last order right there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different subforms. So that could be 6 different clients. It could be it could actually be the same client with 2 modern orders. But anyways, here we go. So that's box number 1. Let me shove that away, and we'll go over to box number 2. And what's nice about box number 2 is, guess what? We got some Signature Series books from Fan Expo, and we got a lot of sub orders here. And that's obviously because of the Fan Expo books. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. First, a swig of my water. Can you guys hear the music in the background? I'm playing the Ben-Hur soundtrack, the original, 1959. I showed it to one of my classes, and the music's in my head now. All right, here we go. We'll start us off with a cool Signature Series book signed by Johnny Desjardins at Fan Expo. Art book number 2 in a 9.8. And I'll show you that one overhead right now. I'll do a few overheads first. Okay, we got a New Mutants 98 in a 9.8. Gotta like that. Another look, another Hulk 340. 340. Guys, popular book. Is it because of the Deadpool movie? Is it because of that image from Deadpool? It was hot before that, to be honest. But man, I'm seeing so many of these books. This is a 9.4 copy right there. We've got some J. Scott Campbell in 9/8. We've got ASM Renew Your Vows number 1, 9.8. We have Amazing Spider-Man 678 Venom variant cover in a 9.8. We have another J. Scott Campbell, popular one, number 601 in a 9.8, which is awesome. Got a bunch of books down there right now for J. Scott Campbell signing, actually. You know what? This book hard to come back in a 9.8, man. And we got one finally. A Thundercats number 1. It's one that tends to evade me for some reason. A lot of 9.6s in this book. And here we have one now in a 9.8. So very happy to see Thundercats number 1, 9.8. Gotta love it. All right. Let's put those over there like that. And I'll show the rest in the old-fashioned way. Here we go. Like this. All right, so we got an X-Men 130 and a 9.0. We have a first appearance of Nightwing in Teen Titans 44 at a 9.8. Very cool, very cool. Some more Signature Series. Dolph Lundgren signed Masters of the Universe Volume 2, Number 4, signed by Mr. Lundgren himself at Fan Expo, witnessed by Nippur, and arranged by my wife, and Vic is there to help. We've got a 9.8 Ahsoka Tano number 1, signed by Miss Dawson herself, at a 9.8 right there. We have a Dr. Aphra number 33, signed by Jennifer Hale, 9.8. I think this one belongs to Luke. Is that yours, Luke? Web of Spider-Man number 1 in a newsstand. Oh, sorry, no, not newsstand. Canadian price variant. And if you're going to have a Web of Spider-Man number 1, you want to have Canadian price variant, and you want to have a 9.9. Let's be honest, right? We all want 9.9s, but 9.8s are just fine. In a white pager, that's great. A couple more Signature Series. We have Stanley Art Germ Lau signed Blood Hunt number 1 in a 9.8. And we have it's a pretty cool one. Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters Alpha number 1, signed by Steve McNiven, signed by Ken Lashley, and signed by Tamura Morrison at Fan Expo in a 9.8. Now that's a nice book. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. All right, we'll keep going. That's it for this. Now, the next show next week, tons of Signature Series. You're not going to want to miss next week's show. If you're a fan of Signature Series books, a whole ton came back. I think I got a full box of them, like 25 or more. So pop by next week to check that one out. A lot of really cool books there. But anyway, let's keep going here. We got a 9.8 copy of X-Men 111 from 1978. Oh. This came back in 9.8. It was sent in for JSA. And it's saying that John Byrne and Terry Austin autographs deemed not authentic on page 1. Still a 9.8. Who in the hell's going to forge a John Byrne and Terry Austin? I don't know. I find that hard to believe. I find that hard to believe. Anyways, there's still a 9.8, which is great. I'm surprised they didn't take marks off for that then. Anyways. Wizard magazine #1. The subscription and the survey insert is still there. And it's 9.2. Very cool. Very popular book, that is. We've got a first appearance of Cable in New Mutants 87. 9.8. 9.6 copy of 361. This one's a newsstand edition. Very clean, very nice. X-Men 266, another Gambit appearance. This one's a 9.6, like I said. There it is. We have a Batman, Death in the Family, issue number 428, 9.8. Very cool, very cool. Got a 9.2 copy of Spider-Man 315. And we have, oh, I like to end with two 9.8s, and here we go. We've got an ASM 312 and a 9.8 with a Green Goblin cover and Hobgoblin as well. And we finish her off with a very sweet book, a direct copy of Amazing Spider-Man 252 and a 9.8. Very, very nice. All right, guys, there you go. 2 full boxes, some pretty nice grades as well. I think you're really gonna, I think you enjoyed, I know I enjoyed this show. I hope you sure did. Guys, again, if you're not, if you need to talk to me, guys, and I'm not here, like, you know, live right now, feel free to drop me an email or send me a text. Info at thecomicdoctor.com is how you can reach me through email, and my number's on the website. So if you want to get a hold of me, by all means do that. If you have any questions, as of right now, I would assume, because this is pre-recorded a week ago, I'm going to say we're probably somewhere near the end of September orders, and we're moving right along. These, like I said, will probably be back to their owners by the time you see this. But again, I hope you did enjoy the show, guys. Again, if you need to get a hold of me, by all means, text me, email me, or by all means, come by the shop. I'm there every Saturday from 11 until 2. Happy to do pre-screens for pressing and cleaning and grading, and yeah, and having lots of sales at the shop as well as the Christmas season unfolds. So be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, of course, but also follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, because I always post all kinds of information about store events over there. All right, guys, have a fantastic rest of your week, and be sure to hit that notification bell. I'll be back a week from today for another great unboxing. And this one, my friends, tons of signature series. You're going to really like it. All right, guys, until then, take care and bye for now.